Gautam, good evening, Gautam. I'm all right, Gautam. From Monday, I'm coming to school, beta. From Monday, I'm coming to school. Just inform your friends, whatever conic section, because we don't have time. Next week, you are having examination, final examination. So whatever conic section videos are there, na, tell them to see that videos. From there only questions will be coming. Okay. Just tell them to see the videos from that section only. I'll be asking the questions. We don't have time to finish conic sections fully, so whatever part will be there, we have got very less time, so only I'm telling beta. Okay. Pooja, good evening. Anila, good evening. We'll start the class, beta. Without wasting time, we are going to start the class. Just good evening, beta. Okay, let's start the class. Now in ellipse section, already one general equation of conics we have got. What is the general equation of conics? The general equation of conics, what and all are important, I am going to first teach you those things. The general conic section equation is ax square plus 2hxy, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equal to 0. This is exactly equation of conic section, okay, and it is of degree 2, okay. This is conic section equation and it is beta of degree 2. So one important point we have learned. Now this conic section will represent an ellipse. This conic section will present an ellipse. When it will be presenting an ellipse, when its coefficients combination will not be equal to 0. That is ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square will not be equal to 0. Then only the coefficients are A, H, B, G, F, C. So the arrangement of this coefficient, when this part will not be equal to 0 and H square will be less than AB, at that particular moment we can say that it is an ellipse. So this equation of the conic section equation will be presenting an ellipse in one condition, when its coefficient arrangement of coefficients will not be equal to 0 and H square means coefficient of xy, H square will be less than AB, then only it will be presenting an ellipse. Okay, so Kritika, good evening, beta. Good evening, Kritika. Now one more important information. Tomorrow also you are having a class. Tomorrow also you are having a class. Today we are doing introduction of ellipse. From tomorrow question answers we are going to start. Okay, Arvind, good evening, beta. So now we understood that equation of a conic section will be presenting an ellipse when H square will be less than AB. H square will be less than AB and the coefficient arrangement will not be equal to 0. Now already we know that in the conic section we need a fixed line and a fixed point. The fixed line is called as directrix and the fixed point is called as focus. Okay, so now P is the arbitrary point and this is exactly called as directrix. So now directrix, this point is M and this is perpendicular. So we know that PS by PM will be equal to constant, and this constant we are telling it as eccentricity. So PS by PM will be equal to constant and this constant is nothing but eccentricity. Okay, but for ellipse this eccentricity, this constant will be less than 1. So PS by PM will be equal to this, but here eccentricity will be less than 1 for ellipse. For ellipse, eccentricity is less than 1. So these are, Shreya, good evening beta. Good evening Shreya. These are the most important points I discussed for ellipse. So these are the general sections which in future also, if you will be exactly going for any content, any examination, so these are the basic points I have discussed. So if somebody will be telling you the definition of ellipse, then what answer you are going to say that? So an ellipse is exactly, Shreya, good evening. So an ellipse is the locus of a point, which is exactly the locus of a point in a plane whose ratio, that is PS by PM, will be equal to constant, and this constant will be less than 1. Constant will be less than 1. So the locus of a point P, okay, such that the ratio PS by PM means P with focus means PS by PM will be equal to constant, and the constant will be less than unity. Less than unity means constant should be less than 1. Less than unity means less than 1. This is a very important condition for ellipse, and no other thing you need to remember. So only this definition is more than enough to remember that PS by PM will be equal to E, and E will be less than 1. This is for condition for ellipse. So this part is the bone for ellipse. That's it, and no more things you have to remember. So whichever content I am going to discuss now, that point is enough. So I told you equation of conics, and the coefficient arrangement should not be equal to 0, and h square will be less than AB. All the key points only I have discussed. I didn't went for final explanation and all. That will be a waste of time. Adit, good evening beta. That will be a pure waste of time. So only basic point I have discussed, that these contents are there. This and this two are two important thing. ABC plus 2FGH minus AF square minus BG square minus CH square will not be equal to 0, and H square will be less than AP. Then only the conic section will be presenting, the equation of conics will be presenting an ellipse, or in general PS by PM will be equal to E, and E will be less than 1. That is the equation of ellipse. So this is the only part here. Now we are going to draw the ellipse, and we are exactly going to try to understand about ellipse. No more wastage of time. We are only going to understand ellipse nicely. Fine. So this is exactly going to be the ellipse now. Fine. So now what and all things are there? We are only going to discuss the most important points here. So C is the center of the ellipse, okay, and we know that focus will be there on either side. Focus is represented as S. We are not going to derive the equation for wasting of time. So here focus will be considered as AE comma 0, and this side will become S dash. So it will become minus AE comma 0. So focus will be AE comma 0 and minus AE comma 0. So focus of ellipse. So there will be two focus here for ellipse. Two directrix line will be there. So one directrix line will be exactly considered as Z dash, okay. Z dash is one line, and M dash. M dash is the another line. They both are directrix, and here for this x-axis, this side you will be taking it as only key points I am discussing, remember. So this point will be exactly the directrix equation will become x equal to A by E. The equation of directrix line is x equal to A by E. The equation of this directrix line is x equal to minus A by E. Focus is exactly, what is the focus here? Focus here is AE comma 0 and minus AE comma 0. So S dash S dash and S focus is AE comma 0 and minus AE comma 0, then directrix, two directrix lines are there. So what are the directrix line? ZZ dash is x equal to A by E and x equal to minus A by E. Till here everybody understood? Till here everybody understood focus and directrix? Focus and directrix everyone understood? Very important point. All important content only I am going to discuss, no wastage of time, so that we can understand ellipse nicely and equations also. Now we are going to take the arbitrary point P here, and P will be considered as x comma y. Fine. So we are going to take P point as x comma y. Another important content we understood. Now the vertex. Now the vertex point we are going to discuss. So here vertex point here will be A and A dash. A and A dash. I'm just going to increase the size so that we can write the vertex point nicely. So here from the center, from the origin vertex what we are writing, it will become A comma 0 and this point it will become A comma minus A comma 0. So vertex is exactly coming as A comma 0 and minus A comma 0 on the major axis. The major part of the ellipse where focus will be there, the part of the ellipse where focus will be there, axis will be there, that what part will be called as major axis. So this part right now is called as major axis. Opposite to the major axis comes the minor axis. Here x-axis only the focus will be there. So x-axis will become the major axis. Means x-axis only will have the major axis. Y-axis will have the minor axis. Y-axis directrix is A by E. Yes, directrix will become A by E here. Directrix will be A by E. Focus. Directrix will be A by E beta. Directrix will be A by E. One equation is there. Gautam. I have to prove that equation to get the directrix. So that I am not deriving it right now. There is a derivation there beta. If we have to go through the derivation, then only the derivation will take one full class. Okay. So that's why only I am not connecting today that derivation. Only the most important connective points I am discussing. So here directrix equation is coming as x equal to A by E. Focus also we can derive. And focus will come as AE comma 0 and minus AE comma 0. Center will be exactly, okay Gautam, since we have very less time and we need time for revision for full syllabus, derivative also we have to discuss. So derivation I have not done. Directly I am just explaining about the directrix, focus, shift of ellipse also I have to teach. So only because that part only will be coming in the competition and also that's why I am focusing towards the major section only. So this P point will be there. So now from there we can directly connect this P point also. So now we got all this. So if A comma 0 and minus A comma 0 is the part of the axis, then this point also we are going to consider as B and B dash. So B will be 0 comma B and B dash will be 0 comma minus B. So this is coming as B and minus B. I hope till here everybody understood. Till here that what and all are the directrix and focus. So just remember focus is AE comma 0, vertex point is A comma 0 minus A comma 0 and here 0 comma B, 0 comma minus B. Come on, quickly tell me till here whatever I have written you have understood or not. So only focus and directrix I have written separately. So here two focus will be there. Ashutosh, good evening Ashutosh. So here two focus will be there, two directrix will be there. Okay, the focus is coming as AE comma 0 and minus AE comma 0 when the ellipse major section will be exactly resting on x-axis. The axis here is x-axis, then only we can be talking about that. Okay, fine, that what you call vertex point is exactly coming here as A comma 0 and minus A comma 0. I hope till here everybody understood basic most important points we are going to discuss here. Fine. So now we are going to derive the equation of ellipse. Fine. So we are going to derive the equation of ellipse. Ellipse equation is what? X square by A square plus Y square by B square equal to 1. So this part we are going to derive. How to derive this section? There is no big rocket science here. Only one thing we already know, that connectivity point we need to generate. So now I'm just going to derive this equation, and with that equation we will be finding eccentricity also. So for that we need our basic old logic from, we need this point, this distance we need. So this distance is exactly what? This distance is P, we can write it as Q or some point PQ. So now this distance is PQ. Now parallel to this, I am going to draw the line. I am going to write it as N. This is K, and this point I am going to write A, K dash. So now we need to derive the equation. We know that PS by PM, PS by PQ, PS by PQ will be equal to eccentricity, because this arbitrary point distance from focus. So PS by PM, we have done this one millions of times now. That is, this is your directrix and this is the arbitrary point P, X, Y, and then here this is coming as S. Whatever is there, we are going to write that. So PS by PM equal to eccentricity. Okay, this part we have done. So we have written the same thing here. So PS by PQ equal to E. So now PS will be equal to E PQ. Now PQ is parallel to NQ. So see this length NQ and this length PQ is same. So PQ here, directrix equation I am not going to take. I am just going to take NQ simply for simple work. So just when I am taking this one, so NK can be written as NK. So PK is parallel to NK and PK is equal to NK, because I have taken a straight line parallel to this one. So since now I'm not going to prove that this equal to this and this thing, that thing. So I'm just saying PQ equal to NK. Okay. So instead of PQ, I'm going to write NK. I'm going to write NK. Now how to write NK? NK can be written as CK minus CN. Come on, we can write like that now. Your NK is there, just see this part, NK, and C is here, C is the center. So instead of writing NK, shall I write CK minus CN? CK minus Cn will be nothing but NK. Yes or not? Because if you are not understanding, then I am going to do one work. C is there, N is there, K is here. So what I can write here is Cn plus Nk equal to Ck. Now I need to find the value of Nk. So Nk can be written as Ck minus Cn. Come on, we can write like that now. That is, this length plus this length equal to total. So that is what I have written. So Nk can be eliminated by Ck minus Cn. Now what is Ck? Ck is nothing but this x equal to A by E directrix equation. So now PS is what? X minus PS is distance between this arbitrary point and focus. So we can write x minus AE. Now root part, so we are going to first square both sides. Once we were squaring both sides, it is coming as x minus AE whole square plus y minus 0 whole square, root under, and outside square is there. So square and root will eat each other. Now eccentricity square is there. What is Ck? Ck is nothing but, Ck is the total distance from center to this point, and it is nothing but x equal to A by E. So we are going to write A by E minus, and Cn. Cn is nothing but x. You see, this point is written Pxy here. So now this distance x will be this length and y will be this length, y will be this length. Then only arbitrary point is coming now. So this length is x. So Cn is nothing but x. So I am going to write here x, and now whole square is there. Jackpot part, because the square and root are going to cancel. You have to think very nicely here. Danish, everyone understand this part nicely, beta. That is, I went by the same equation, PS by PM equal to eccentricity. Okay. Now PS, I have written distance formula, that is x minus AE. Focus is AE now. So x minus AE whole square plus y minus 0 whole square, root is there. That's why I put square, so that root and square will get cancelled. and then ck. ck is distance between C to K point, and ck is nothing but x equal to AE. This distance, total distance is x equal to AE. So instead of writing that, I wrote AE, and then this distance is x, so I wrote x. Now square part. So now we are going to write it as x square plus a square e square minus 2aex plus y square equal to e square. It is going to become a square by e square plus x square minus 2ae by x. When we are going to square it, now one small work, we will take e square inside. So x square plus a square e square minus 2aex plus y square equal to a square, because e square will cancel, then e square will go inside, it will become e square x square, this e square will multiply with x square, then minus 2aex. Okay, so minus 2aex here, minus 2aex cancelled. Now we are going to shift it that side. So x square minus e square x square plus y square, and I am going to shift this a square e square this side. So now I have got one simple thing, and that is when I took x square common, I am getting 1 minus e square plus y square equal to, when I am taking a square common, I got 1 minus e square. So I am going to divide both sides by e square. Fine. So a square e square, both side I am going to divide with. So both side I am dividing both side, dividing both side by a square 1 minus e square. When I divided, I got x square 1 minus e square plus y square. So here dividing means it is coming as a square 1 minus e square. Y square is coming as a square 1 minus e square. Here it is coming as a square 1 minus e square by 1 minus e square, a square. So now it will kill each other. This one is exactly going to kill. So finally what equation we are getting? We are getting x square by a square plus y square by a square 1 minus e square equal to 1. So only one small work you have to do, and that small work is consider a square 1 minus e square as b square. The moment you will take this as b square, you are going to get the equation of ellipse. You are going to get the equation of ellipse, and this is the general equation of the ellipse. Only one thing is there. You took a square 1 minus e square as b square. You took a square as 1 minus e square, and this is a very important point to be noted, my lord. So here I hope you might have understood this part better. I went by general content that PS by PM equal to constant, and that constant is eccentricity. Okay, and then I just substituted distance, squaring both side. Every time we square both side, we squared both side also here. Ma'am, why ck is a by a is directrix only known as? Yes, directrix is there. This is Gautam, this is exactly length. So that length x equal to a by e is the directrix. So there in parabola, what you were doing, Gautam? In parabola, you were writing the parabolic equation as, when you were writing it as x, so this distance, what you are writing? The distance here was becoming x equal to minus a. So equation of directrix was coming, this length was minus a na, and this length was coming as a. In parabola we were doing like that na. So focus distance is coming as a, and we know that from the center this distance and this distance same. So directrix equation you were writing x equal to a minus a. So here also in ellipse when you are doing, Gautam, in that part what you are doing here, beta, this is exactly the vertex. So this point is the vertex point, Gautam. Vertex is coming as a comma 0, but the distance between C and K, so this total distance is coming as a by e. So total length of x is coming as a by e here, and total length of x is coming as minus, since it is going in negative direction, so it is coming as minus a by e. I don't have time to derive, Gautam, so only I have done like that, beta. So this is the length of x axis. I hope you might have understood, Gautam. Now understood, beta? No confusion. Till you will not have understanding, you will not be able to do the remaining part of it, beta. So only. So don't feel like anything. Whenever you are not understanding, quickly ask. I am requesting to all of you. Because now then when, not today, then when we are going to understand all these parts, beta. Yes, beta, that is the length. Ck is the length in the x-axis, and that is coming as a by e. Like Ck, you can take it as 7 meter. So this is exactly 7 meters. So x equal to 7 will come. Okay, x equal to 7 will come. Everyone quickly tell me this, how I have derived equation of ellipse. I hope you might have understood the derivation of equation of ellipse, ps by pm equal to e. I just substituted two things there, beta. One is I have taken ps, distance x minus ae. So ps is coming as x minus ae whole square, and then y minus 0 whole square, that is distance formula used. And here, beta, instead of pq I wrote nk, because pq is parallel to nk and pq equal to nk. So now instead of nk, I told you na, see total ck is there, total ck, and in between n is there. Here to here distance is x, okay, and here to here distance we don't know, and total is coming as a by e. So what I did, I wrote ck minus cn equal to nk, because nk value we don't had. So ck is a by e and cn is nothing but x, and that is coming as nk. Okay, that is coming as nk, and that is what a by e minus x I have written. And since squaring both sides, just put this one, cancelled, and we got only one last work we have done. Yes, I am going to repeat the last part again, Gautam. So what I have done here, so after, see, look here, squaring both side I have done. After squaring both side, Gautam, I multiplied. After squaring both side, everyone pay attention for the last section, beta. So here root and square will get cancelled. So after root and square will get cancelled, x minus ae whole square will be written as a square plus b square minus 2ab, and then y square part I have written. Now e square, now a minus b whole square formula I used, and then one by one e square will multiply with this section. So when e square will multiply, it will become e square, and e square will get cancelled, a square will come, and then e square will multiply with x square. So e square x square came, then e square will multiply with this, that is e square into 2ae into x. So this got cancelled, so you got minus 2aex we wrote. Now this side both same, so cancelled, shifted x square part that side, took x common, x square common. Now here we took a square common. Now both side 1 minus e square came, 1 minus e square came. So now I divided both side by a square. With this I have divided. Whatever I got this side now, same I have written in denominator. So then what is exactly getting cancelled? 1 minus e square, 1 minus e square cancelled. This part got cancelled. Now what left? Only left is x square by a square, and then a square 1 minus e square equal to, then only this part, then only this section I have taken as b. We got the equation of the ellipse. We got the equation of the ellipse. I hope you might have understood how to get the equation of the ellipse now. Now after getting the equation of the ellipse, beta, now we have to learn how to get the eccentricity. Okay, so now one very important point to be remembered here, that is when repeating one very important point, please kindly consider this important point. So that equation will become better. I just substituted. See, every time writing this will be a big problem. So rather than writing a square 1 minus e square, we just substituted. That's b is nothing but a major substitution. Okay, b is nothing but a substitution. B part is nothing but just a substitution, and just for the sake of substitution we have written that one, Gautam. So just a square 1 minus e square equal to b square we have written. Just substituted that part. Okay. Now after substituting, Gautam, now we got this much. So now we are going to write a square minus a square e square equal to b square. Shift this that side. Okay, so it is going to come as a square minus b square. This one shifting that side, it is coming as a square e square. So now a square by b, a square minus b square by e square equal to e square. So eccentricity value will be coming as e will be equal to root under a square minus b square by a square. Remember this part. This part is eccentricity derivation. So if somebody will be telling you to get the value of eccentricity, then you are going to write eccentricity will be equal to, then what you are going to write there? Directly you are going to say that eccentricity will be equal to root under a square minus b square by a square. That is eccentricity. But this eccentricity, I am repeating this part again, this eccentricity will come only when ellipse major axis will be on x-axis. So whatever I have derived, everything will be cut to cut matching when the ellipse major part will be on x-axis. Okay, when the ellipse major part will be on y-axis, everything will be changing. So that change also I am going to teach you. So here first part what we are doing here is we are understanding the equation of the ellipse when the ellipse major axis is exactly on x-axis. So everything is countable when the ellipse major axis is on x-axis. So when ellipse major axis will be on x-axis, then we are going to understand one more important key point, that is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Then if the ellipse major axis will be on x-axis, then a square will be greater equals b square. So by seeing the equation, by seeing the coefficient of x, we can easily say that the ellipse is exactly what type of ellipse. So one simple example I am going to show you. Now when ellipse major axis will be on y-axis, then x square by a square minus plus y square by b square equal to 1. That time b square will be greater than a square. That time b square will be greater than a square. You have to remember this very important point. I don't want any mistake in this section. Simple content I have discussed, and that is ellipse when major axis will be on x-axis, then coefficient a square will be greater than b square. When ellipse major part will be on y-axis, you see the major part of the ellipse will be on y-axis. At that particular moment you will be saying b square will be greater than a square. Understood? So just one simple work I am doing, and you have to tell what type of ellipse is there. So x square by 16 plus y square by 25 equal to 1. It is exactly which type of ellipse? It is this type of ellipse or it is this type of ellipse? First one or second one? Identify the type of ellipse. Identify the type of ellipse by just seeing a and b value. By just seeing a and b value, you have to identify the type of ellipse, 1 or 2. Everyone, I want you to answer. I want everyone to answer this point. You should not have problem in this content. So, it is what type? It is which type? First one or second one? It is which type? First one or second one? Okay, Gautam is telling second one. Everyone must write. Shreya is telling second one. Super Shreya. Pooja is telling second one. Absolute. Three of you are bang on. Absolutely correct. Correct, Gautam, Shreya, Pooja, Anila. Absolutely beta. So if we are going to compare here, so general equation of the ellipse is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1 beta. So here a square is coming as 16. And b square is coming as 25. So 100% a square is less than b square. So it is the second type of ellipse where, correct Danish, absolutely correct beta, it is the second one. So where the ellipse is exactly, the major part of the ellipse is on y-axis. The major part of the ellipse is on y-axis. So this is that part beta. So now we have understood about types of ellipse. Now one by one, because this will not be the case of questions they are going to ask. So now what type of question they are going to ask and what and all we are going to understand in ellipse. So first, eccentricity will also change. When the ellipse will become like this, eccentricity will also change. Don't worry, I'm going to teach everything beta. I'm not going to miss any single thing. I'm going to explain each and every point beta. So now equation of the ellipse we got, and now we understood also कि when can be the ellipse be changing. A square greater than b square means ellipse major part will be resting on x-axis, when less means major part will be resting on y-axis. So this content till here we have understood. Now we are going to talk about certain very important point. So now next section we are going to understand is about symmetry. Symmetry is that part from there question will be coming. So what is symmetry? So now you know equation of ellipse as x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. I'm shifting this one this side. So now y square by b square equal to 1 minus x square by a square. So y square equal to b square, here a square minus x square by a square is coming. So now I'm taking root on both sides. So y modulus is coming as b by a root under a square minus x square. So y will have two values, plus minus b by a root under a square minus x square. So one thing to be noted, here there are two values of y. Here there are two, one positive value, one negative value. Okay. Now same thing if we will do, x square by a square will be equal to 1 minus y square by b square. This time we shifted this one that side. So now x square will be equal to a square by b square. Here b square minus y. So again taking root on both sides. So modulus of x is coming as a by b root under b square minus y square. So x is coming as plus minus a by b root under b square minus y square. So here again we got two different values of x. So we understood one thing, that for one equation of ellipse we are exactly getting two different values of y and two different values of x. So this is exactly symbolizing a very important point, that for one equation ellipse we are getting two different values of x and two different values of y. That means the curve is symmetrical for both the axes, x-axis and y-axis. Means at a time the curve is symmetrical for both the axes. So in whatever type of ellipse you are going to take, now beta I'm just going to prove this for parabola, so that your equation, your confusion will be over. So when you are writing y square and then you are taking root on both sides, then y will be equal to root under 4ax. Then y is coming as plus minus 4ax. So only one possibility is here, and that is when you are taking a parabola, then the equation of the parabola will be symmetrical only for one axis, because here only one value of y is coming. X will not give that value. So if you are going to do it for x, it is coming y square by 4a. So x is not going to give two values, but y is giving two values. But here in ellipse both x and y are giving two values. That means the ellipse is symmetrical about both axes, x-axis and y-axis. You see, when you are drawing ellipse, you can fold ellipse like this also, you can fold ellipse like this also. That means the ellipse is symmetrical about both the axes. So this is a very important point beta. Remember this section, that ellipse is symmetrical about both the axes. When you will fold one part, it will get folded along x-axis, it will get folded along y-axis. If you will fold it like this, if you will fold it like this, so you can fold it and it will get converted like this. So if you are going to double fold it, it will become like this. That means the ellipse is symmetrical about both the x-axis and y-axis, because both x-axis and y-axis are having two values. Come on, tell me you understood this point. So only I solved and showed you that y is having two different values. So since y is having one positive and negative, same value positive and negative, same value positive and negative, x is having same value positive and negative. So beta, we understood one thing, that x axis and y axis, exactly the ellipse is symmetrical along both x axis and y axis. Understood, Gautam? Everyone, Pooja understood this point beta. Symmetry is a very important section beta. Parabola is symmetrical about only one axis, but ellipse is symmetrical about both the axes, because both x and y, for one equation only we are getting two different values of x and y. So since that's why it is symmetrical about both the axes. Anytime somebody will be asking you now, quickly give this answer by grabbing this point beta. This is a very important point to remember. Symmetry can be proved very easily with this point. Okay, so now we are going to talk about next point, and that is origin. So next important point about origin of ellipse, then you are going to say that the equation of ellipse is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Now center value is what? Center value is 0, 0. So if the curve of the ellipse will touch the origin or will pass through the origin, that means origin is the point on the ellipse. So let's check origin is the point on the ellipse or not. So origin value is x equal to 0, y equal to 0. So substitute here x equal to 0. When you are substituting here x equal to 0, y equal to 0, then you are getting 0 plus 0 equal to 1, which is exactly a stupid content. Why it is a stupid content? Because in an equation, left side always be equal to right side. But here left side is 0, right side is 1. That means the curve never passes through the origin. That means the origin can be the center point of the ellipse, but the origin cannot be the point satisfying the equation of the ellipse. Okay, so center here, everybody, Danish understood na beta? So the ellipse center can be taken as origin, but this origin is not on the curve. Origin is not on the curve. And another important point to be noted, that this origin will divide the major axis and minor axis equally. So this origin is going to make this side equal to this side and this side equal to this side. I hope you might have understood. So origin here, center will divide the major axis into two equal parts, minor axis into two equal parts. Okay, this is a very important point to be noted. The center will never be passing through the curve. So that means the center point will never be at the curve, but the center is exactly going to divide the major axis and minor axis equally. The center is going to divide what beta? The center is going to divide the major axis and minor axis equally. So if this distance is a, this distance will also become a. So major axis is coming as 2a, because vertex point is a comma 0. Here vertex point is minus a comma 0. So that means 100% this length from the center, it is coming as a and a. So major axis length is coming as 2a. So if this is the major axis, so its length is coming as 2a. Okay, now the minor axis. So here this will be coming as b and this will be coming as b. So it is coming as b comma 0 and this part is coming as b dash. It is coming as 0 minus b. So minor axis is coming as 2b. So from the origin, from the center, did you understood the major axis and minor axis now? Major axis and minor axis, I hope you might have understood. Major axis part is this one beta, it is equally distance, it means origin will become the center point and this part will be minor axis, this length will be equal to this length. So minor axis, major axis, if you might have understood from the origin or the center point, then we will talk about the next important point. Quickly tell me you have understood. You have to tell me that you have understood or not, then only I will go for region. So the next important question coming here is region. Okay, so region is another important point. R-E-G-I-O-N, region. So for ellipse, region is also one of a very good, very important section to discuss. So what is region means? So x greater than a, x less than minus a, y greater than b, y greater than y less than minus b. Will there be this condition possible? So these two are case 1 and case 2. Is this case possible for ellipse? This type of questions they will be asking. So x, when ellipse equation is written as x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1, then case 1 and case 2. Will these two cases be possible? Means कि when you are writing equation of an ellipse, then a can be greater, x can be greater than a. So if just take this point, okay, now we don't know this point, nothing we are knowing, but we can, if we are not knowing anything, then we can substitute the value and check, because region explanation has to be done. Region explanation, integration is over, beta, integration is already over, and integration, definite integrals and application of integral, 3 of them is there in the playlist, beta. You can go and have a look at the time of revision. You can be with me and we can revise also. Okay, right now I'm in differential equation, beta. Check one more time, you will be getting in there. In the playlist it will be 100% there, beta. Now look here, x is greater than a and x is less than minus a. So now let's check this one out. Equation of ellipse, we are going to take it as x square by 16 plus y square by 9 equal to 1. So this is the equation of the ellipse, beta. So now I am taking x value greater than, so x equation, x by 4 whole square plus y by 3 whole square, y square equal to 1. So now x is exactly, I am going to take greater than 4. Greater than 4, because they are telling that ki when we will take, can we take x greater than a? Can we take x greater than a? Will there be any curve in the region when x will be greater than a? Because we know in the ellipse region, we know that the final point is a comma 0 and here minus a comma 0. There is no curve region beyond here and this side. So there is no curve region. Whatever is the value, it is exactly, it's a closed curve. I am repeating, it's a closed curve, and the maximum and the minimum is exactly minus a to a and minus b to minus b. Okay, so this much only is there, but this condition they have kept and tell you to check. So we are going to put value of x as 25. Okay, so now x value you take it as 5, and now let's check this one out. So 25 by 16 plus y square by 9 equal to 1. So here I have taken the value of x5, which is greater than 4, and 4 is the value of a. So I have taken the value of x greater than the value of a. Okay, so now y square by 9 equal to 1 minus 25 by 16. Then if we will solve this one, very clearly we are seeing that ki y value is coming negative. Check this one out. Y square equal to 9. Here 25 minus 16 will be coming as what? 9 is coming, minus 9 by 16. So when you will do square root on both sides, here minus 81 by 16, which is a negative number, which will go imaginary. So when we will take any value of x greater than value of a or less than value of minus a, we will get negative value of y. Means root, imaginary value of y. Better we can say imaginary value of y, which is not possible. So it is indicating only one thing, that is these two cases are never possible. Means we cannot take any value of y greater than b, any value of x greater than a. We cannot take any value of x greater than a or less than minus a. We cannot take. We cannot take any value of y greater than b or less than minus b. So these two conditions are strictly prohibited. Okay, these two conditions are strictly prohibited. So these two cases are never possible. So these two cases are never possible, beta. So these two cases are never possible. So region will be, then you will be saying, auntie, then tell me about region. Then your region is between minus a to this point. So the region of the ellipse, what will be the region of the ellipse? The region of the ellipse will be for major axis. When ellipse will be like this, then region will be minus a comma 0 to a comma 0. So this will be the region and this will be the region. When ellipse will be, the major part of the ellipse will be resting on x-axis and the minor part of the axis will be resting on y, then the region will be 0 comma b to 0 comma minus b, where a will be greater than b, where a will be greater than b. So this will be the region, beta. This will be the region only. And when the ellipse will be like this, then region will be 0 comma b to 0 comma minus b, a comma 0 to minus a comma 0, where b will be greater than a. So only this region, only ellipse will be specified, and ellipse will be exactly as specified or explained in a closed curve. So ellipse figure will be a closed curve and the region will be minus a to a, 0 to 0 comma b to 0 comma minus b. Come on, region everyone understood or not? Region section everyone understood or not, beta? Come on, quickly tell me. Region section you have understood? I discussed about symmetry also, major axis, minor axis and region also. So beta, for region you have to say that the region is this to this and this to this. Beyond this nothing is there. Beyond means left of greater than and less than part, nothing is there. I hope till there everybody understood, beta. Till there everybody understood? Come on, quickly tell me if you have understood. Come on, say, beta. Understood? Gautam understood? So today ellipse back to back we tried to understand very major sections. So now tell me quickly, now you have understood anything about ellipse, beta? Major axis, minor axis, everything you have understood? You can ask the doubts, beta, in Instagram. I am having Instagram there, beta, and I am having Telegram also. You can ask the doubts there, and community chat also you can put your doubts there also. I'll be 100% clearing your doubt, or you can take my phone number also, and whenever doubt will be there you can ask from me there also. So it is, beta, totally whenever you will be asking, you will have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so now anything, beta, anyways, if it is there, because 12th examination is there now. Now I think eccentricity we have understood. Eccentricity, so you don't have to worry. You can ask me doubt anytime, beta. So now eccentricity part we have understood. What is the eccentricity? So when x square by a square plus y square by b square will be equal to 1, beta, and a square is greater equals b square, then eccentricity is coming as a square minus b square by a square root under. So eccentricity will be this one. Eccentricity. Okay, you can take my number and you can ask me doubt there. No problem. Good evening, mantras of biology. You can ask my doubt that time also, beta. You can take my WhatsApp and you can ask doubts also there. No problem. You can ask doubt there also, beta. No problem. I'll post you my number, huh? Now look here. So now focus point we have understood, directrix we have understood. Okay, focus we have understood, directrix we have understood eccentricity also. Now center point we have understood. Now next work is vertices. So then what will be the vertices of the ellipse? What will be the vertices of the ellipse? The vertices of the ellipse will be when the ellipse major section will be resting on x-axis, then its vertex will be a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. Okay, the vertex point will be a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. I hope you might have understood beta. So a very simple content is कि when the whatever will be the major axis partner, that will be giving you the vertex. So now here the vertex are exactly, vertices are a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. In the same way, when the ellipse will be exactly, major part of the ellipse will be on y axis, at that time 0 comma b and 0 comma minus b will be there. Then what will be the vertices? At that case the vertices will be 0 comma b and 0 comma minus b. So the vertices will be 0 comma b and 0 comma minus b. I hope you might have understood this point beta. This point understood. Vertices, major axis, minor axis, vertices, foci is ae comma 0 minus ae comma 0. That point also we have discussed. Major axis, minor axis, major part will be 2a, minor part will be 2b beta. Then when ellipse will be exactly ulta, when it will be resting on y axis, major and minor axis will change. That time vertices will also change. So that shift I am going to teach you tomorrow. But before that shift beta, I am going to discuss about ordinate and double ordinate. Fine. So ordinate and double ordinate already we discussed now, that from when we are drawing ellipse. So when we are drawing ellipse, at that particular moment from P to N, so this distance will be called as ordinate. So P to N when we are taking, it is called as ordinate, and when total P dash when you are drawing, then this is called as double ordinate. So whatever line perpendicular to axis we are drawing, they will be called as double ordinate. When they will be touching from this to the other part of the ellipse, then they will always be called as double ordinate. Okay, so I can take here as Q and Q dash. So Q dash is double ordinate here, P dash is double ordinate, then L dash will be called as double ordinate. So these are exactly called as double ordinate. In the same way beta, when you are going to draw the ellipse, and the ellipse, the double ordinate will pass through the focus, that time it will become latus rectum. Okay, so now this is the ellipse. Now the double ordinate is here, this is focus. So AE comma 0 is there beta. Now this is focus and AE comma 0. Now one line if I am drawing perpendicular to x axis, so it is coming as LS. This is called as semi-latus rectum. Okay, this is exactly what beta? Semi-latus rectum. Then when I am going to join this together, L dash, then it will be called as latus rectum. So this is semi-latus rectum, LS will be semi-latus rectum, and L dash will be the latus rectum. But what will be the equation of latus rectum? Now we have to derive the equation of latus rectum. We don't know what is the equation of latus rectum. So we are going to derive, or we are going to find the equation of latus rectum beta. So now we have to exactly connect this point. Now this distance, so what will be this part? So this length we have to check. So this we don't know the equation, so we need a point on the ellipse to get the equation of latus rectum. Now here I am drawing it separately so that you can understand, or if here also you can do. You see here, this length is what? AE. So this part will become AE. Now y-axis distance is nothing but this is y-axis. So this is y-axis part. We don't know this length. This length is parallel to LS. So we will write here LS. So now this point, L point is present on ellipse, and this L point is present on the curve. That means this point will satisfy the equation of the curve, because we know that any point on a curve must satisfy the equation of curve. Yes beta, LR is exactly double ordinate are same. Now beta, yes, double ordinate and latus rectum is same only na. So latus rectum is a double ordinate. Latus rectum is a double ordinate. Latus rectum is what? Latus rectum is a double ordinate. But only one thing is that, what is the difference between double coordinate can be present anywhere, but latus rectum will pass the focus. So only this is the speciality, latus rectum will pass the focus. That is the only important thing there, and that is the only thing differentiating it. So now what I have done, I just grabbed this point present on the ellipse. So we know that any point on the ellipse will satisfy the equation of the ellipse. What is the equation of ellipse here? X square by a square, y square by b square equal to 1. Now instead of x, what we are going to put? AE. So AE whole square by a square plus, instead of y we are going to write ls. We have to find equation of latus rectum only, na? So that is semi-latus rectum. So ls. So ls by b square equal to 1. So now here it is going to be a square e square by a square. So this is getting cancelled. So ls whole square ls whole square by b square equal to 1. First shift this one that side. So ls whole square equal to b square. First I am going to write b square down only. 1 minus e square. Now b square is going there. So it is coming as 1 minus e square into b square l square. So now we already know one very important thing, that is b square is nothing but a square by what is b square? B square is what? You just have to tell me one thing, what is b square here? So one small work I am going to do, and that is already we know b square equal to a square 1 minus e square. So instead of 1 minus e square, so b square by a square can be written as 1 minus e square. So I am going to remove ls square equal to b square. Instead of 1 minus e square, we know the general equation, na? General equation of the parabola, general equation of the ellipse, we have written like this, a square 1 minus e square, and this one we have taken as b square, na? So what is b square we have considered? In that part we have considered b square equal to a square 1 minus e square. Okay, so this part only we have taken it as b square. So b square is nothing but a square 1 minus e square. So 1 minus e square will be there, a square will shift down. So instead of 1 minus e square, shall we write b square by a square? Now take square root on both sides. So ls, semi-latus rectum, is coming as b square by a. Okay, then LL dash means the total latus rectum will be coming as 2b square by a. So in parabola what was there? In parabola it was 4a. Now here in ellipse it is 2b square by a. The latus rectum, length of latus rectum in ellipse will be, in parabola latus rectum 2a, 4a was there, but here in ellipse the latus rectum is coming as 2b square by a. The latus rectum is coming as what, beta? The latus rectum is coming as 2b square by a. I hope till latus rectum everybody understood. Till latus rectum everybody understood? 2b square by a, beta. So the latus rectum there is 2b square by a. Now only one small work is there left, that is focal distance, and after that we will start solving question tomorrow. Fine? Okay? Okay everyone, so I am going to keep it till here, beta. I am going to keep it till here. Bye everyone, good night from tomorrow. So tomorrow, beta, first equation change and then solving of questions we will start tomorrow itself. That was the introduction class for today. I hope you might have understood. If you have not understood anything, beta, you can ask me doubt anytime. Bye everyone, good night.